Okay, morning traders. It's the prep video for the S&P 500 futures. Staring at the weekly chart, we've started this week out with a big red bar. We had some weakness overnight. They're trying to basically push it back up right now. The plunge protection team has shown up for work and getting to work pushing the price back up. Do they save it? Or do we fall underneath this 28.75 level and make a big move down? I'll give you my analysis. So if you like the analysis, please subscribe to the channel. I want to thank my new subscribers that just signed up. And please, if you have any comments on any of the videos, please leave them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Let's take a look at the market. Let's go. Morning traders, it is the S&P 500 futures pre-market prep for 6/12 and it's about 4:30 in the morning. So looking at the weekly chart here, not having a good week so far. So we've had rejection off of this volume node up here, and we're now selling all the way back down. This is a pretty good rejection. This was 10 was the location that I called yesterday, and really it sold pretty good. And now we're down here. We just tested the bottom of this node and we're doing a small bounce. But on the weekly, look at this big candle. We could get a big move down pretty easily, I think, looking at how thin this is. We tested right up into the bottom of this larger area right here, and so this is a kind of a natural rejection spot. The question just kind of becomes, do we break down right here and go back, or does it hold right here? I think it really needs to hold right here. But let's look at the daily. So you kind of have this like rolling over pattern right now. Like I said, it tested up yesterday into the 10 level right here, and it pretty much came all the way back. We had weakness overnight, selling. It's tested the bottom of this node right here, the top of that candle, and it's bouncing. I'm kind of eyeballing this 79 area right here. This is where the kind of the low bounce took place at like 78, 79 yesterday on this candle, and it got a pretty good bounce off of it. But you can see this morning or overnight that it's kind of falling back. So I was kind of waiting to try and see what was going to happen when it traded back up into 79, and it looks like it's kind of rejecting. I'm kind of eyeballing it out in another chart. It looks like it's kind of rejecting right here. I think if we go underneath the 75 level, that we may be in a little bit of a free fall. I'll call 69.75 here as a level, but it's not a great level. I mean, you could get a bounce off of it right here, but it's not a great level. A better level matches with this guy back here in 65.75. It's got a little bit more volume to it. I like the greater shelf right there at the level. You can see, it's got a nice little shelf. Before I zoom out, just to say ATR is at 37.49. Top of the range is 19.14, and the bottom range is 28.39, 28.40. So that's our trading range for the day. Volume is definitely getting lighter up here in the top of this range. I'm trying to put it all in perspective right there. And so you've got these two levels, but then you got this big old gap right here. This looks like a big old gap too, and a big old gap right here. So I think you could get some pretty big moves down. I feel almost comfortable calling this 2853 level, which is the top of this candle. It's got a nice little shelf to it right there, and it kind of matches up with the node in the back right there, with this little gap right here. So that's it to the downside. 79, which is too early, but it may go through there. You got an 84 level here, which is the top of a pivot, and on a smaller time frame, you've got 80, 89, 94, and 96 up above. 94 right here. I think I would probably favor the bottom side of that. Look at the shelf right there at 2903. Whoa, 2903. Did I say 94? 2904. 2903 is a pretty good shelf right here at 96.75. Another good shelf right here at 94.50. You got another shelf right here at 89. A pretty good shelf right here, 84.50. And then you can see that we're testing up against this 79. The shelf's on the bottom, 79.25. We'll see how it trades here, but that's what I'm seeing on the daily. 240. More of the same, really. You can see it just bounced off one of the levels, and we're now getting this bounce here. It looks like I've already got a level up across the top of this. Then you're going to have a gap, and then these levels aren't great because they're not good carve outs, especially between 84 and 88. You like to see the good moves, and when you have a good fast move like this, there's not a whole lot of positions in it, and so it'll come back better when it hits the level. I hope that makes sense. Look how thin this is in here. If we get under this 70, 450, I guess, where all the shelf of volume is, there's probably say 74.50, I guess. You could get a pretty fast run, I think, towards the bottom. So just be careful. Don't just take the scalping levels when you come to them. Use some context. They may blast through, and then use them as the launching pad for the rest of the move down. So 60 minutes. Again, we built this big volume node right up here that we're in, and once we break through, really your next good looking volume node is kind of down here, 34. I mean, you got some little levels in here, but look at this carve out, and that's basically the bottom of the bottom of the range. You've got more volume back here, but look on the move on up, it ignored a lot of it. So a lot of these people probably got flushed out of their positions, had to reverse, gave you the big rally up, and now they don't have positions to really kind of hold you at that point. Intraday, you can see we've already sold 10,000 on the delta here, so definitely active selling happening. This is that shelf right here, 79.80. You can see that it's coming up right against it. I'm kind of looking in the other chart to see if I can see anything. You've got a pretty good volume node built across here at this point, so you could hit this guy and reject. Anything to really tell you? I mean, the delta was pretty positive yesterday, which is surprising. They had a close of 13,000 on the delta, so they were definitely buying it on a down day. But what that tells you is the institutions were using limit orders and just letting the buyers pound against them, and they were just forcing them down at that point. So I think the institutions are getting out, right? The institutions usually use limit orders in order to remove their positions, and they just let people pound into them, and that way they don't force the price down, right? They want the best price for their contracts, and so they're just more than happy to sit on limit. 12,000. Again, look at how thin this looks, how fast this move was. You have this big old carve out. You don't really have any volume down here till this area where you have a little bit of volume, but yeah, it's pretty thin right in here. If you pull this in, you can see it gets quite a bit of different story. Where that carve out was, you've got quite a bit of volume all the way through here. The question is whether or not any of this will be effective in this move up, and I don't think so. Like I said, I think these people have been probably flushed or gotten out of a lot of their positions on this move up. 16 is more of the same, just a higher time frame. Again, we're watching this little level down here, and if it gets under here, it could get some fast moves going. Using the same symmetry that we had started with a long time ago, back over here, we'd drawn this first little swing, and it's been holding pretty much this entire move up. And I really kind of liked how it played yesterday. It really seemed like the levels were right there on it. And you can see that it just hit and bounced again, and now we're up against this 79, which I've kind of talked about and shown on the charts, and we'll see if they get it through or reject. I'm kind of putting a little bit of bias right here. If they can get up over this morning, which I think they probably can. I mean, look at this. The ATR is up here at 3, and that means that we're getting a little bit volatile, so we're getting big swings up and down, and you can actually see this, and I keep on saying this over and over again in the videos, but big bar down, big bar up, and so you're getting this right now, and they're testing this area. Next range is that 83, 84. I think I said 84 on the other chart, and you can see how that lines up with that, tops and bottoms. You got that wick, you got all the bottoms of there, and so range extension up to here, and then I think you could get a pullback off of that, but it's still early in the morning. It's only 4:39, so there's a lot that can happen. Anything else to tell you? Just be careful today on the downside. Like I said, I think you could get fast moves if we get a bunch of weakness. It does look like they're starting to buy this. They may be just getting a little bit overextended on the delta here. Somebody's definitely flushing. like I said, looking at this is the bottom of the range right here, and I'm sure they want to protect this area, because once you get down under here, there's not a whole lot. But anyways, good luck. Wish you luck in your trading. If you like the analysis, please subscribe to the channel. You have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. Let me know where you think this market's going, if it's going higher or lower. Let me know what you think of the levels in some of the calls that I've had. And I will see you in the afternoon. Take care.